Hello everyone, my name is Sabrina. Welcome to my channel. My husband and I have been talking about getting a cat for like 3 months now. I'm whispering because he doesn't know. And yeah, for about 3 months now, seriously talking about it. And we live in a rented flat, so about 2 months ago we just asked the landlord because we're like, there's no point even talking about it if we can't actually get one. And the landlord was fine with it. He basically just asked for a deposit. And then we were kind of like, okay, so are we getting this cat? And it just ended up being quite a lot of stress because at that point in time we were trying to get married. We couldn't get married because of coronavirus and lockdown. But then on the flip side we were like, well, we should get a cat while we're both working from home. We're both home all the time. We can bond easily and we can watch the cat and make sure that it's not getting into any trouble or it's not, you know, distressed when we're away and having a hard time adjusting or anything like that. But it was just so much stress on us because we had the wedding and then we have to go through the whole visa application process. So it's a lot of like, we don't technically even know if I'll be able to be here in September because that's when my last visa runs out. And at that time we weren't married, which is a big, like, well, it's hard to get a spouse visa if you haven't been married, even though we were supposed to be married. A whole thing. That's another video. We were basically like, okay, it's too much stress. My partner Angus was too stressed about asking the landlord, so to like sort out actually getting the cat and paying the deposit. So I was like, well, could we, like, what could we do to make this easier for you? Because you really want the cat, but you don't really want to have to talk to the landlord about it and have to do all the stressful bits of getting a cat. You just want the cat already here. So would you be fine if I did all of that? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, cool, I don't want to do all of that alone. So we kind of came to a standstill where I was like, I'm not doing all of that. If you want it, you should be involved with it. But I know it's just him being anxious and having too much on his mind. My birthday is the 25th of July, his is the 29th of July. And we got married on the 4th of July. We have pretty much finished all the visa application stuff. There's no real reason they could say no, and if they did, we're in a lot of trouble anyways because we have to move to Canada. For his birthday, I was like, I don't know what I can do to make this really extra special because we're both still kind of in lockdown. I'm unemployed. We've been seeing each other every day 24/7, so it's really hard to like plan surprises. And so I thought, okay, I don't have a lot of money, so I can't like book us a trip away somewhere, but I can email the landlord and sort out a deposit and secure a cat. So I emailed the landlord. He was super cool about it, decided he doesn't want a deposit because actually somebody else has had a cat in here and it's totally fine, and he's basically like, if the cat does something, you just have to swear that you'll make good on it and you'll make it right. And I was like, perfectly fine. I can't imagine that I wouldn't. And then I also found a kitten on Gumtree that was like a fresh kitten, right? So a few weeks ago, perfectly born, first goes up on Gumtree, and I was like, this is ideal because I'm gonna tell Angus about the cat, but we won't actually get the cat until the end of August. So we have about a month to decide whether or not this is actually what we want, which I think we'll both be like, yeah, that makes sense. And then by the time we actually get the cat, we'll have had an answer from the home office. So if we do have to move to Canada, the cat will never be going to our home and then someone else's home. But like I said, that's like, the likelihood of that is like 1,000,000 to 1. I now have been keeping this secret for about a week. Yeah, about a week. And it's killing me because I'm spending every day with Angus and I'm like, looking at pictures of this cute adorable little kitten behind his back in bed, and I'm like texting his family about it, and I'm like doing all this stuff and planning all these things and emailing the landlord, and it's all laptop and it's all on my phone, and I'm like, stop, you're quarantined from my phone, you're not allowed to go on it because you're gonna see something. And every once in a while I've like found out interesting tidbits about like the cat that used to live here and random stuff, and I've almost said it to him like just while we're out walking and be like, oh yeah, did you know? And then I'm like, no, you can't say that, he doesn't know, he cannot know. We don't have a lot to talk about right now too, so like the conversation of what did we get each other for our birthdays is immense, and this is like, the other stuff I got him is not that great, so this is like the big thing. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, by the way. It's just very quiet because Angus is in the room next to me and I don't want him to hear. I don't know how he doesn't already know, and he also keeps guessing that I've sorted out a cat, and he's like not very happy about it. Would it be a great surprise? I'm gonna ask his sister. Okay, I've decided to leave it. I apparently had wrapped them separately. I forgot about it.
It's a love letter.
It's not a love
letter. You do not
letter.
like this. Which way to open it?
Anyway.
Pause it. Oh, it's the cat emails! Haha! Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh. What's the sneak peek? No.
And she's ready to leave at the end of August, so if you don't want her, we don't have to get her.
Oh. Oh, she's so cute. Beautiful.
I'm shaking.
Oh, look at that.
Look at her. Wait, I want to show the camera. Ugh. She's so cute.
Oh, she's so cute. She's gonna be beautiful. She got little ears. Where is she?
She's in Fife. So this is Betty. She arrived, what day is it? Thursday. So she arrived almost 2 weeks ago. We didn't get her last Saturday, but the Saturday before that, we went out to Fife. And my friend and I went and picked her up, and she was very nervous. And she was probably, I want to say she was about half the size she is now. Which sounds like an exaggeration, but I don't think it is. She's just an angel. I mean, she's really good. She does stick her claws into me occasionally. What else can I tell you about Betty? On her first night here, she pooped in Angus's lap because she was just so nervous and she didn't understand where anything was. I also think she has a bit of a suckling problem. Probably she was weaned too early. Because she'll suckle on the sheepskin rug all of the time, and I thought maybe she's just trying to soothe herself, but she's never, it's always like when she's falling asleep, so maybe she's just really cozy comfy. But we started sort of checking, and so we pick her up and put her near her food, and as soon as she remembered where her food was, she'd go and eat a bunch. So she's clearly just hungry and forgetting where she gets her food and that there's no nipples here. It's just a sheepskin rug. We had set up a little pen in our living room when she first came home, but she immediately jumped out of it. So she's been in this room and our kitchen since she got home, and she'll go on adventures in the rest of the flat. But for now, this is like her domain. And she has a few accidents now and again, but nothing dramatic, nothing that's destroyed anything. She is quite attached to us. I don't know, we've gone out for like full days and left her at home and she's been fine. But she will meow loudly if she hears you talking in another room and she's not allowed to be there. So these are my rings, Betty. Yes, they're rings. She's just such a good little kitty. I mean, the first night she was here, she was nervous at first, but by the end of the evening she was like nestled in our arms sleeping. In terms of getting, oh, she's meowing, what's wrong? Couldn't have gone better in terms of like getting a kitten. She's been an angel, and Angus would be in this video saying the exact same thing, but he is working. You can probably hear him humming, you can probably hear the laundry, and you can probably hear Angus humming in the room next to me. I don't know what else anybody else needs to know about her. She's not a tortoiseshell cat. I did a lot of Googling about this because I didn't understand. Everybody's like, oh, I have a tortie, oh, I have a calico. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I know dog breeds, and that's about it. So she's not a tortoiseshell because she has white patches. So she has a big white belly. Don't you have a big white belly? And she has white paws, and evidently, so the internet says, they're not tortoiseshell if they have white patches as well. She does also have this bit on her leg that looks quite ginger catty. It's got like stripes. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super into cats in that way, so I don't really know. She seems to have sort of green-gray eyes. Were always this color, and she's about 9 or 10 weeks old now. So they'll probably stay this color, so the internet tells me. A little bitty Betty. Her full name is technically Tabitha, but we've been calling her Betty. Say hi. Say hi, I'm Betty. She's very tolerant. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy wee Betty. And if you have any questions about her, leave them in the comments and I will get to them. Go ahead. And I'll comment back and answer as much as I can. And say thank you and good night. As you cue to go to sleep. She does really like belly pats too, which is a bit funny. As you cue to go to sleep. Good night. What is this? What is that? She likes high fives.